Welcome to the Dog and Gus Show.
There's no ending to that.
No, though.
We got to go back to that eventually. Something's going to come up, right?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Doc?
Good. You, Gus?
Good. What's going on?
Not much. Very excited to chat with these lads. Been wanting to get them on for a while.
We have, well, most of them.
2/3.
One didn't get in.
3/4.
That's okay.
3/5.
We have Neon Ghosthouse.
Oh, there's 5. That's right. Oops.
Yeah, there's 5.
I counted wrong. My math's no so good.
No basis here.
No bueno.
No bueno. What's up, gentlemen? How are you?
Oh, not bad.
We're doing awesome. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. It's always good to chat with you guys. We have seen you obviously live a couple times. We've sort of said, listen, we got to have you on, and here we are.
Good to be here.
Yeah. I said like year 1 or season 1, I wanted these guys on because I like the name of the band.
Yeah, you did love the name, and their logo is amazing too.
Yep.
Actually,
Yeah, it's fun. So I'm like, Neon Ghosthouse. That sounds like a pretty cool band to talk to.
They got some fresh buttons coming out too. Like
Yeah, they do some fresh merch.
Yeah. So actually, that's a good question because I always kind of want to. What inspires you for merch? Like you obviously have T-shirts and stickers and such, but like, what's your like? Do you ever want to do something different? Is there something that you're kind of excited to try?
Getting more like shirts that are not just the logo for sure. We have a couple new ideas floating around that we probably can't say explicitly because we don't want anyone to copy them. I think it's a pretty fresh idea. But yeah, either just using like maybe like live pictures or pictures of us on it, or something a little different than just the big logo on the chest and that's us.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah,
It's a pretty cool shirt though. I don't have one of those yet.
No, we were at the show and they sold out.
Yeah.
God. Yeah. We have about
you guys do well on the shirts. It's great. People like they love they have such a great following. Everybody like we were talking before we started recording, and like you were saying, it's still interesting to see people sing back to you, right?
Yeah. It's more than interesting. It's weird in the best way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you know what we're saying too. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's great. I think it'd be so cool to have like a whole bunch of people singing back to you. Well, I think that's where you kind of start to see that you've kind of made it. Even in a way, but you're still doing what you love to do. So that's all that really matters, right?
It's also nice if you ever forget the lyrics.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Well, if you ever get to the point where you're like real rock stars that are drunk on Jack Daniels and just can't remember anything, that
just pointed out at them like, here you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, that was your guys' screw up, not mine.
Scott did that, I think, at the show.
Yeah, it's not my fault. I gave you guys the microphone. It's not my fault you didn't sing it correctly.
That's right.
You just never want to be in that situation where you hold it out and they don't know the words. It's just silent.
Epic fail.
That would probably not register well.
No, I don't think that'd be. You wouldn't have the stoke. That's for sure.
No, sir.
No.
So what was your first experience with music? Like, how did this? Obviously, we'll talk about how you guys got together, but what started the journey for you guys?
Here, do you guys want to go?
Yeah, sure. I don't know. I've been like music. I guess I've been kind of dancing in my car seat to Sum 41 since I was like 4. Been around music a lot, musical family, and did piano lessons and drum lessons as a kid. Played alto sax in band, and then eventually in high school was like, I want to play rock music. I don't want to play piano and saxophone. And then started playing guitar, and that was kind of it. And then, that's at least where it started, but I'll let Scott tell the story of how the band came about, because that's more your thing.
Yeah, that's true, I guess. Well, here, Stu, what about you? How did you all started drumming?
So kind of same thing, my family. My dad's a guitarist, so it was growing up, he was always playing music or trying to get me to play guitar. But stupidly, as a kid, he wanted me to learn how to play guitar like him. But I was like, oh, that's lame. I don't want to play the same instrument as my dad. So then I took up alto in high school, and I was like, I'm going to be a saxophone player. Well, that didn't work out. Yeah. And then I started playing drums because one, I thought it'd be cool to annoy like people with such a loud instrument, like seriously. And two, I just thought it was such a cool, fun instrument to play.
Yeah,
Fair
I
enough.
suspect so. I love the drums.
Oh yeah.
Who doesn't love the drums?
I just like hitting things, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scott, tell us about where did your singing come from? Did that start somewhere? And then you can get into
Pretty recently. I mean, I same kind of thing as the other guys. Like, loved music as a kid. Kind of learned a little bit of guitar and all that. And then in grade 9, my brother's 2 years older, and he had 2 buddies that were in a band, and their bassist was leaving. That was Colin Haynes, so he was leaving to go join and start up Bearings, which that worked out pretty well for him. And so when I was in grade 9, they were just kind of like, all right, you play bass, you're going to be our new bass player. And then I've just been playing in Ottawa bands ever since, but always either bass or guitar. And then it wasn't until when we started this group here where we were just kind of writing songs and playing them, and I was playing guitar, and we needed a singer. So that ended up being me. But never ever sang live. Would have hated it any other time and totally refused to do it in public ever up until this band.
it worked out.
I don't know. We haven't heard anybody else sing.
True. Well,
Everyone
there's-
else in the band also has a great voice. I will say.
That's
Not as
good.
good as you though.
No, not as good as Scott.
Do you write the lyrics, Scott? Or do you guys kind of work on it together?
Totally depends. If it's sometimes we all bring songs, so sometimes if Zach brings a song, he'll have a couple lyrics, or sometimes a full song. Same with Jack. Sometimes he'll have like half a song written with half the lyrics. Typically, if I have a song mostly written beginning to end, I'll like to try and put my own lyrics on it. But it's a pretty collaborative thing, especially lately. It's very much everyone's input.
Cool.
It's been cool lately. It's like it's almost been like a full band type of thing at this point, where like everyone's getting involved in the lyrics,
awesome.
which is really nice.
And super helpful.
Well, I would think it'd be really productive, right? Like I
Yeah.
think you would be able to put out quite a bit more, catalog. I would suspect.
I think it's just better that way as opposed to having one person saying, no, this is the way we're doing this, and
Definitely.
I'm singing this, and this is what it's about, and you guys just play.
Yeah, well,
It's not so much a band that way, right? Like it's not a
not a
it's a me and you guys
Yeah. We're not
sort
trying
of
to
thing.
do
So
the...
it's nice to have the whole collaboration thing. Like everybody gets input.
Yeah.
I think it just makes for a better product.
We're not doing the Billy Corgan thing.
No.
No.
Well, that's good.
Not yet.
Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah, not yet.
Lenny? Is Lenny like that too?
No, Lenny's pretty cool, but he does play all of his own instrument. Like I think when he does an album, he does everything, and then he has the band that cruises around with him all the time. Same band all the time. But I just read about him actually. He's putting out a new album in like March, and I love Lenny Kravitz. I forgot like how much I actually liked him. But then I was going through my CD collection of all things, and I have all of his CDs, which is
Wow.
that tells you something. I'm a little older than you guys, but that's just
And I'm a lot older than you guys.
yeah, because when you said you were 4 listening to Sum 41, I was like, okay, for fuck's sakes, like that. I was like, okay, he's young.
But okay, well that leads to my
It's
next.
good, though. It's
Yes,
good.
it's very good.
Yeah.
I mean, listen to what you like. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm no judge of that. I want to know where the cover of Tears for Fears came from. Then, if you guys are so young.
Where did that?
Yeah, that was
That was Zach.
Zach.
It's I was gonna say it's a good thing he's not here because we were tossing around covers one day at practice and I started playing a Lenny Kravitz song and I've never seen him get so mad so quick.
Yeah,
Oh, he doesn't like Lenny?
Apparently not, but
No.
so that one was tossed aside. But he was the one who wanted to do the Tears for Fears song. We kind of he suggested it at practice and we were all kind of like, oh, that would be cool, kind of out of left field and nice. And we're not really like down, but we were thinking about it. And then he proceeded to show us every part because he had already learned all of it. And so we're like, all right, well,
That's the one.
I think he just liked the song and knew how to play it. So
Makes
Worked
sense.
out.
What Lenny Kravitz song, just since he's not here?
probably going to go my way.
oh yeah, I was playing Fly Away at practice.
Oh, yeah, nice. Good song.
So that's a thing too, right? Like, okay, you're gonna throw
I really want to ask him why he doesn't like Lenny Kravitz now. I'm going to send a fucking DM.
Okay, well, just calm down.
I'm all jacked up.
I'll text him.
Yeah, enough of the buble
I'm all
for you,
zacked-
mister.
I'm all zacked up.
You're all zacked up on buble.
Hey man, quick question. Why didn't you make it to the podcast? Second question, why do you hate
Yeah.
Lenny Kravitz?
Yeah.
Actually, turn that around. Why do you hate Lenny Kravitz first, and then why weren't you on the podcast?
Yeah,
Well, because he has no internet skills.
apparently.
What's a,
I sent him the message. We'll see what he says.
That's all.
yeah, well, let's see what he says.
It's all good.
Whatever,
Not
Zach.
everybody's going to like everything, right? That sort of leads. Like, what are your musical influences? Obviously, you mentioned Sum 41, but was there some other bands that sort of resonated that sort of got you into music?
Personally, Sloan. I'm like a massive Sloan fan.
That's a cool band.
Yeah.
I like that choice.
That's a very good choice.
Canadian band.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
Oh, Chris Murphy.
Chris, he's going to be at the Ice Boat Dragon Festival.
Yeah,
Dragon
right.
Festival Ice Boat, whatever how they call it. Yeah, he's doing he's doing one of the free concerts.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I think I follow him on Instagram.
Yeah,
Sloan dude.
Yeah, Sloan dude.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a great account. It's fun to follow, actually.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Do you guys have any pre-show rituals?
Well,
Yeah.
kind of. We like before we go on stage, it's always the like, all right, hands in, and someone just on the spot thinks of something ridiculous, and it's different every time. But that's the only like hard one that we've done at like every single show,
Oh, that's fun.
and that's just more for fun.
I think
Kinda
my
like-
pre-show ritual is just getting a beer, and then by the time we're about to start, I just flash Stu a little cheeky smile, and then
Yeah.
we start the set.
Yeah, that's usually. Sometimes I like to go pee before.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, that's
So you
a
like to
good
go pee?
you know, just
Pre-game piss? Yeah, okay, fair enough.
The safe bet.
a pregame puke. All right, good. Okay, I'm ready, guys. Let's go.
Yeah.
one. I mean, I've never
I would
done it, but I've
suspect-
seen it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Actually, we know somebody that has puked right before a show. So
I can imagine
Couple.
it jitters will get to some people. So
Yeah.
there.
Oh, Jared, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yep.
hi. Go ahead, ask something.
All right,
I know you
I'll
did.
keep it going.
You keep going. I was going to sit here and look good.
So, what's your favorite, like, of all the venues that you've kind of played here and maybe anywhere else? What's your fave?
Personal favorite is probably Saw. It's just like it's such a fun venue. It's such a convenient place. Love the sound. Everyone that works there is super nice, and I don't think we've had a bad experience playing there.
Yeah, big shout out to Nick and Alex from Saw for always
Absolutely.
killing it. There's obviously other sound techs that work there, but those are the main ones we've dealt with.
Yeah, and then same with the Rainbow, which we have a bit of a residency coming up for the next few months.
Excellent.
Love
Yeah.
the Rainbow.
Now, when you guys do a show at, like, say, Saw, do you guys get to request who you want on sound, or is it just whoever's working that evening?
Just whoever's there, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say, like, we actually prefer so and so. Can you bring him in instead? Hurt a few feelings.
I don't know. They don't strike me as the type to be like too worried about who it is, as long as they're professional. You know?
Pretty much. As long as they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about,
As long
like,
as you're
say
down
they
for
say
me to get in the way at the end of the night and try and help them.
Yeah. That's like Jack's thing. Is after a show, Jack's like up on stage. You're trying to find him. You're like, where did he go? And he's up on stage wrapping up cables with the sound guy talking to him.
I don't know, man. We work for an AV
Yeah.
company. Like our
I get it.
job is set and strike. You know, like when I watch someone coil cables,
It's
I'm
like
like,
I
I gotta
gotta
go help.
help.
You know?
it's just it's like you have to. I guess it's like habitual.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Well, you don't have roadies yet, so you have to do your own stuff.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
pretty
Yeah.
much.
We'll come do it for you, but I don't wrap cables very well. You'd be like, oh, fuck, put it down. Let me do it again. They're very particular.
Who is?
People who have, like, when I DJ with my buddy Liam, he won't let me wrap any cables.
Really?
Yeah, he's a sound tech guy, right? So we kind of
That's my
split the duties. I do the music part and he does the tech part, but he's like, leave the cables alone. do not wrap any cables. I'm like, but I want to help.
Is that an AV thing? Do you find that that's?
It's 100%. Like, when you're constantly having to coil and uncoil them, it's really annoying when it's not done properly. So it's definitely like the stereotypical sound guy thing is to wrap your cables properly. I remember one of the first shows we played at Saw where I did that. I don't remember. I think it was Nick was doing sound. And I was like, oh, do you want help wrapping cables? He's like, no, it's fine. And I was like, no, I can help you. He's like, no, seriously, it's okay. And I was like, no, I promise, I know how to do it. But
So then you had to,
They're like,
prove it.
no, I said no 3 times. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worse does whenever people wrap it around the arm.
Oh yeah. I learned that wrong. Don't do that. That's kind of funny. Now, you guys obviously, do you trust? Like, I know you got a lot of friends that come to your shows and stuff, and I know when I do a show and I have friends there, they're always offering to help when you're striking things down to help with the equipment, and I'm like, no, we're good, guys. Just leave it alone. Like, you don't want anybody touching your drum kit or your guitars and stuff. It's just like,
People
no,
don't
we got
deny
this.
for much.
Depends on who. Like, I would say personally, like if my buddy Scotty asked me to help with my gear, which he's done, like I'm okay with that, but I don't know. It's like some people just, they don't know where things go or how things should be carried.
Yeah.
Maybe more like help carry it outside or something. Once it's already torn
exactly.
down, that's fine. Like, hey, can you carry this amp or whatever?
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm more than willing to let someone carry my stuff for me.
So we know who the diva is in the group now.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I think it's also like tools, right? Like it's like your tools. So you just want to make sure that everything's in the right place.
Well, the reason I ask that too is because when I DJ and stuff, I don't like people touching my equipment. Because if they're drunk, they've had a few drinks and they drop something. That's a $2,000 speaker you just dropped on the floor.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So I just kind of like, no, guys, I'm good. Just, I'm glad you had a good time tonight. Leave my shit alone.
Yeah.
Like Alexander asked me to hold his bass one day, and I was like nervous as shit holding onto his bass.
Well, I took a picture of you.
I know, and I was just like,
I was like, you look
can
like
I put it? Can I put it down? No, hold on to it.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Holding it by the
Sound.
strings like this.
Just holding it.
yeah, exactly. Well, he's not you're not a musician, so
No.
he held it quite well, actually.
Yeah, I was kind of cradling it like it was a baby, so I didn't
That's
want
what
to
you're
drop
supposed to
it.
do. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Treat it like a baby.
We baby.
What are you guys working on musically right now? You kind of dropped a few hints on the socials.
Can you tell us anything?
I mean, I guess end goal of the kind of batch we're working on now, and no timeline, no idea of anything like that. But I guess the end goal would be another EP.
Yeah,
Be another 4 or 5.
Cool.
by like the end of the year or by like midsummer.
Depends. Depends on how the next few songs go and money for proper, like, good quality recordings and all that.
Hopefully by the end of the year, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Okay.
We're
by
not
the end
trying
of
to
summer
rush
would
you,
be
dudes, but
incredible.
get it out there for us. Let's go.
Yeah, we just love your stuff. So that's right. But the like, do you find that that's a challenge, like the financing and just kind of, you know, without having? Are you guys with a label? Is that something you're with, or no? You're still. So that would,
Indie.
yeah. So you, as an indie group, that's a challenge for sure. Finding the financing.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, as much as any other band, you know, it's a matter of like we want to put the money into it. We want to pay for quality stuff. You know, we want to take the time to really put the effort in and make it sound as good as it possibly can. So we try not to cut any corners in that way, which sometimes results in things getting pushed back a little bit. But at the end of it, I think it's worth it, you know, because ultimately it's going to be on Spotify and you don't want to keep listening back to that song or any other streaming service and keep listening back to that song and just be like, oh yeah, there's that part that I don't like, or there's that part, you know.
That makes sense. You want it to be quality.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're going to put the money in. You might as well take the time, right? Don't rush it. Like we joke about it, like, but that's the process you guys go through. We're just waiting for new material to listen to. But like, we would never say, guys, hurry the fuck up. We want something new. Like,
Yeah.
Well, they
or hurry the fuck up, guys. You know?
Well, you wouldn't want to do that anyway. Like they would be like, "Well, hurry up and ask this question."
Okay, I just did.
Yeah, you didn't though.
Oh, I didn't.
No, there was nothing there.
How we doing, guys?
Not a guy. So where do you guys see yourself? Where do you guys see yourself musically in like 5 years? If you could have a perfect 5 years, what would you say?
Ideal?
Yeah, dream big.
Yeah. Just like Lotto 649, baby.
That would put us at what, like 7 or 8 years? We've been doing 2 or 3 now.
Yeah, that would put us at like definitely 7 years.
7.5. I don't know. To that point, I'd love to be like maybe going south of the border.
That'd be nice.
That would be
Or UK.
fun. Yeah, across the pond.
UK.
Pretty much just another country would be
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, and like people there want that.
We're not just forcing it.
Yeah,
You're not just showing up. You actually
have a
you know,
debate.
Hey, we're here.
have a following. That's cool. That'd be great. That could be great for you guys for sure. Great experience.
I think going south of the border or just into another country would be awesome, but I think my main one personally is just doing like some type of across Canada thing,
Yeah.
or at least to the West Coast.
Yeah.
Maybe have
So-
some fancy businessman give us a little bit of money to help do that. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, it's just
Anybody feel free if you're out there.
We are open and
any
accepting.
eccentric millionaires out there want to help
Yeah.
front a band? We got one for you.
Yeah,
Neon
got
Ghosthouse
really
is looking
nice
for a
feet.
sugar daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying Steve got nice feet.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. Well, there's always that. If anything, if it all goes away, you can always put your feet out there. Well, no, I think that's good goals, and you know, it'd be cool that if it was your only job was to be a musician,
Yeah,
that would probably be
yeah.
pretty cool. You know,
That'd be amazing.
I've actually talked about to Dog like, be cool if we were just podcasters.
Yeah.
It'd be all right. You know, but you
Yeah.
know, that's
So, yeah, in 10 years from now,
yeah, you'll be in a home.
yeah,
That's
I'll be in
the
a
dream.
home. Yeah. I definitely wouldn't be walking upstairs to get here. You have to put in one of those seats. I could come up the stairs.
Oh,
on.
fuck, could you imagine?
That'd be awesome. I'd like one now.
No, man. Use
Okay.
them while you got them.
Okay. So, guys, taking Sum 41 off the table, is there a band that you'd like to open for or tour with?
Why do they have to be off the table?
Because I just wanted them to pick somebody else.
Oh, okay.
Menzingers.
Oh yeah, that's a really good answer. I was gonna say either them or Basement,
Yeah.
What about Pup?
or
Pup,
Pup would be
yeah.
crazy. Yeah,
Jeff
that'd be crazy.
Rosenstock. That's a huge
Oh.
one for me.
Writing them all down.
I am. I like Pup, actually. I've heard them.
I've heard of them as well.
They're awesome.
Menzingers I have to check out, though.
Yeah. And what was the other one?
Basement.
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 I think it would be cool just because it's our number one comparison, but Billy Talent would be the ultimate dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be a super show, man. They're so.
You saw them, man.
I've seen Billy Talent. They're amazing.
I saw them too, but I saw them at, I don't know when I saw them, a long time ago, like when they were early on in their career. It was great. They were always brought a lot of energy. And,
Yeah, they're
Oh,
just fun to, and it's just like the musicality is just incredible.
yeah, they're nice guys.
Yeah.
You know, like you can tell, like when they're interacting with crowd, and
Yeah.
just a lot of fun.
Now, did you boys put in your? Did you guys try to get down to the Blues Fest and the Folk Fest track? Yeah,
Yep.
you got your stuff in. Good boys.
Oh yeah.
Was that done that yet?
I want to say it was what is it? February for Blues Fest, April for Folk Fest that you get to hear back or something like that. Maybe
Okay.
March and April. Yeah, it's coming
That
up.
makes sense. Yeah.
Right.
Cool.
That'd be big.
How cool would that be?
Oh,
Fingers
that's
crossed. Fingers crossed.
yeah, dream come true.
Yeah, I think for an Ottawa group, right? Like it's
Yeah,
it's the
exactly.
big festivals for our city.
Well, it's a
for sure.
huge festival to like, especially if you're local to play at Blues Fest, right?
Well, it's not just that. I think it's like a milestone, right? Like
Mhm.
you're as an artist, I would suspect that from Ottawa, everybody knows the Blues Fest and Jazz Fest and Folk Fest. So maybe they don't play Jazz Fest, but
Why not?
you
It's
never
not
know.
just it's
Hey,
not
man.
just
You get
jazz.
that.
maybe they could break out the old baritones again and
That's it. Bring out the saxophone.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
There you go, boys.
Jazz house.
saxophone.
Saxophone.
That's
All
great.
right.
I played the trumpet, so that was
I play the stereo.
no, but like you know how you had to pick I wish I picked a guitar back then, but I was like,
No.
they're like, well, you know, I wanted the saxophone, but my buddy Jeff already had the saxophone, and then I had to get the fucking trumpet. Brutal.
Play the
If you
trumpet.
ever want to come on stage with us, I got a trumpet you can play.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
Don't
right.
say that.
I'll play the Saints Come Marching In, and then I'll walk off.
You can play us out as we come out. The Saints come marching in, you know.
There you go.
Yeah, thanks.
That's
I'll
fun.
pass, Bryce. I'll pass.
What?
My, it's well, no, I don't know. I feel nervous.
The
I
extrovert.
haven't played in 30 years.
We'd have a
So
few
you'll be
practices.
well rested.
I'll practice.
Yeah.
You will be well rested.
I'll do it when the twins are sleeping.
Perfect time to do it.
I've got young twins, by the way. It's craziness. What was the best advice someone gave you while you were kind of getting started? If you had any.
I have a good one that it's actually from my old music teacher, which is, it wasn't specifically to any of us or about anything specifically, but it's a really good kind of mindset for music in general. And I think the wording he used was goof bravely. So he's like, if you're going to make a mistake, do it loud and do it like with purpose and just learn from it. Don't like be timid and kind of like tiptoe around in music. Just kind of go for stuff, try things. And if it doesn't work, don't do it again, or do it twice. And then it's jazz.
Right on.
That's good. That's really good. That's actually good to like go all in and just don't worry about the result unless it's a bad result, and then don't do it again. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's good advice, but I have my own version of that. I think it was my stepbrother told me for the first time though. But he was just like, yeah, no, just make the mistake twice and it's jazz. You know, it was intentional.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you got, like I said earlier, you guys would be the only ones that know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're
Exactly.
out there and you go for something and it doesn't work out as well as you thought it did, but everybody's loving it. You go, okay, well, that went okay. Not in your mind, you're thinking, oh God.
Well, that Tears for Fears cover could have, like you pulled it up. You did a great job, and it was really great. But it was, that's ambitious, like because it is a tough song for you're not the band that you would think that would go towards Tears for Fears, which is why I think it worked, because obviously you're talented and it all went that way. But it was an interesting choice, really.
Yep.
I think that's why it was so fun, was because whenever we're looking for covers, we tend to always lean towards like picking to something that's like sounds like us or something like that. So
Yeah.
we just wanted to play something that didn't.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, something outside the box. It was great. It was really good.
Well, that's the fun part too, right? Is to do a cover and make it somewhat Neon Ghosthouse, but it still keeps its original. Like you started playing it, I'm like, really? I'm like, this is awesome, because I'm not expecting to hear that from you guys or any of the younger bands that we have out there that I go to see and you go to see. I don't like, they break out an '80s tune. I'm like,
Yeah, because you love the 80s.
because you got my attention. I'm not a huge Tears for Fears fan, but they do a great version.
I like Tears for Fears. There's a lot of tracks I like by them.
Yeah.
And that's definitely one of them. What do you guys like to do in your free time?
What about you boys?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I don't really have too much, unfortunately, between the band and working full time and stuff. But freelance band photography would be the main thing, and then also just kind of skiing when I have time.
Sorry, too dangerous, not allowed anymore.
Skiing?
Yeah, could break an arm. Won't be able to take guitar. We're done.
He's got to live his life.
No, man, done.
It's too much fun. Though. It's nice that it's snow. It's like powder. You fall, and it's like a cushion.
Have you been out west, Jack?
Yeah, right before the pandemic, quite literally 2 weeks before like school closed down and everything, I went on a family trip to Kicking Horse in BC, which was
nice.
Sick. My nephew's been in Whistler for 6 years.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's living his dream for sure. Works at the keg and then snowboards.
Nice. That's super cool.
Yeah, he's probably your guys' age, so it makes sense.
It does. Yeah, sure does.
Yeah,
I'm extremely jealous.
Him and all the Australians. That's
Australians.
when I went out there to visit him, it was literally he introduced me to everybody that I met was Australian. I was like, what the hell's going on here? Like, but I guess that's what they do. They travel. What's what they call? They go on walkabout.
Walkabout.
Yeah.
That's a long walkabout from Australia to Canada. Dude.
Yeah.
Well,
pretty long
but for Aussies, I mean, and Canadians are similar. They, we go to Australia for a full year. They do the same thing. They're very similar. They like to travel.
All right.
Yeah.
So we need to go to Australia.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
I actually, one of my regrets is that I had an opportunity when I was like 21 years old to go to Australia for a year, and I didn't go, but I should have went. I really regret it, actually.
All right. Moving on.
That
I like
by
this.
far is like the dream. That's
Yeah.
man. Actually, I changed my answer from earlier. 5-year plan. The dreams play Australia.
With
There they
Finley.
are. Nice.
Actually, your genre, like your style, would be very accepted in Australia for sure.
There's so much awesome music in Australia that I have like. At one point, I just like my current rotation was so Australian. I was like, "What's going on?"
Well, that was there's a band that we used to cover a lot that helped us kind of gain a little bit of traction at the beginning because we used to cover Violent Soho, which is like a
nice.
huge kind of like heavy grunge band from out there. So that'd be a dream one to play with as well someday.
That'd be
Yeah, I
I
cool.
don't know if they're still going. I think they may have just kind of called it quits recently. Not sure.
Go to Melbourne and open for them. You know,
The Gold Coast.
sick.
Go see Dune Rats and Sticky Fingers and
Yeah,
Sticky Chats and Hockey Dad. So many good bands.
ACDC.
Sorry, what was that last one? Who?
I saw Akadak when they were here.
Akadak.
They came and they played at the outdoors. They played at the TD place, but
Yeah, they
sick.
did.
Yeah, that's right.
With
But
Vintage Trouble.
That's right.
Yeah.
They were awesome too.
I wanted to see them.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Because you and I went with James.
Yeah.
was
No,
great.
that was GNR.
Oh yeah. But I went
I didn't
to
see ACDC. I wanted to see Vintage Trouble, but I didn't.
Oh,
get to.
I went with Buzz. That's what I went with. Like, so when you're talking to your fans and like people that you're friends with and stuff, like, do they take away different things from your songs than you intended? Do you find?
Sometimes.
Could you elaborate?
Yeah, it's more like if I think a lot of the songs aren't. Some of them are fairly specific or like fairly clear, at least, of what they're about. Others are purposely left a little more vague, and it's probably the ones that are more vague where you find people are just kind of applying their own life to it. So if it's about like a sense of maybe like, you know, like missing something, or like if it talks about thinking like reminding someone of like an old place or something like that, then it's typically that everyone's going to have like their own image that pops up in their head. So they kind of just take the mold and apply themselves into it wherever it fits.
It's cool though. It's nice listening
Yeah.
to people's interpretation of it and hearing what they get out of it. At the same time, you know, with it being so vague, I think a lot of it is along the same line, but just hearing their personal relation to it is cool.
Yeah.
But then there's also those lines that we have in songs that are specifically referencing like a specific moment in one of our lives where our friends come up to us and are like, I remember that.
Yeah, definitely. Or I remember
fun.
that person.
Yeah.
So when you guys sit down, when you sit down to collaborate and stuff, do you have an agenda? Do you have okay, guys, I'd really like to do a song about this, or do you just kind of chat it up and say, okay, you know what, that sounds pretty good, or that doesn't?
I think it's pretty rare that a song starts in the room. It's
Mhm.
almost always, if not always, it's been someone has a riff or something and at least brings like, here's the opening riff or here's kind of the hook or whatever. And then I don't know. I don't think we've ever just kind of sat down with the intention of like, I want a song like this. Specific lyrics, maybe. I think we did that maybe once for a new one that we've just started playing live.
Yeah, I was gonna say there was one song. There was the newest, the one that's probably gonna come out next.
Yeah.
I sat down and was like, I want a song that sounds specifically like this band, just because I love how this band sounds, and did my best tribute to them basically. And then I also had a theme for lyrics, but I'm pretty bad at writing lyrics, so I got Zach, and we started with the idea of what the lyrics were going to about, and then we were like finished them as a band.
Yeah.
So that one was, I think, the only one that I can think of that was very much, all right, this is what it's going to be, let's make it. But the other one that's going to come out after that one, we had the whole or almost the entire instrumental done, before we even knew what we wanted the song to be about. We just had a really cool sounding song in our opinion. So we were like, all right, now what are the lyrics going to be about?
Yeah.
And then there was that one night at my place where we just were like, all right, this is the song that's going to be about this. Now let's try and write lyrics for it.
Yeah.
It seems like there's a really good collaboration. Like again, going back to that, because it's nice to hear that there's no like, I mean, there must be pushback, but it's like pleasant. It's like constructive pushback. And it's not like there's an ego in the room or anything like that. Would you say that the band kind of is fluid that way?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think so.
100%. I mean, that's the nice part about it, is that we know no one's feelings are going to get hurt or anyone's going to take anything too seriously. It's just a matter of we're all trying to make good music and serve the song. So it's pretty like much just comes down to a vote. I think in most cases, if it's really a big pushback, then it's just all right, let's vote on it. But most of the time, it's just nice and chill vibes. It's a safe space, you know?
Yeah.
That's good. That's really good.
Do you take like your fans, friends and stuff, any of them coming up to you and say, you guys should do a song about this, or you should do a song about this? Scott's smiling, so I'm thinking that's a yes.
I don't think I've had that.
I've never had serious recommendations.
Definitely covers, yeah.
Covers, yeah. A lot of people, oh, you guys would sound so good if you played this.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like you're trying to get away from that too, right? Like unless you do it for your own self, right?
We kind of I think we like it. It's something, one, it helps if someone hasn't seen us before. And if, they see the first few songs, maybe they're not that into it or something like that. Maybe that like one cover, it's like, oh, a song they probably know. That helps get them locked in and they can enjoy that. And they're more likely to kind of stick around and enjoy the rest of it. But then I also think it's just, I don't know, we're all musicians at heart and love to play music. And it's fun to take a song you love and just do it out loud in a big crowd with all your friends.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
Like when we did that modern baseball cover and everyone started singing along as soon as the song started, that was that was awesome.
That was great.
That is cool. Yeah, Stu, what song would you want to do as a cover if you were just for drumming?
I already know the answer.
Yeah.
Oh wait, sorry, for drumming. Never mind.
Or anything, Stu. You choose, bud.
Lay Down by Priestess. No, actually, Moby Dick, Led Zeppelin, or Rat Salad, Black Sabbath. Yeah, where's some other drum songs?
Yeah.
Like is Stu? Would you say Moby Dick is the quintessential drum song?
Yes, but I'm a big Ginger Baker fan, and I think Toad by Cream is probably like my favorite drum solo song.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You can hear his father being a musician, and that's where that
it just kills me.
Not doing an ageism thing here, Stu, but like I'm sure your father probably played you some Cream, and then you were kind of like, this is awesome, right?
It's just like it just warms my heart to hear like.
Well, I think that
younger folks like,
but they love that. I mean, that's transcendent, right? Like that's music that is so well played that the one thing that's cool about a band, and there's obviously like all of the new stuff that you can use as far as technology, but in the end, I mean, it's guitars and drums and singing, and it's always been that way.
Yeah, I agree. But now I don't know if you're like I have Gus will attest to this. There's some songs I don't feel should be ever covered. I'm a purist, and there's some artists I just don't feel their songs should be covered.
Whereas I think anything could be covered.
I know, but I'm just kind of like I'm so set in my ways with certain bands and stuff. Is there a song like, especially for say a drummer, something that you'd like? Oh no, I can't do that. I just can't.
Ooh.
Like I'm just in my head. I'm thinking Rush because Neil Peart is like some of his stuff apparently is very hard to drum too.
I would suspect so.
Yeah. Same with Bonham, right? But I'm kind of going with I'm going Canadian.
I don't think Bonham is as technical as
he was just more he was more aggressive than he was.
Yeah.
Well, he was also incredibly talented.
Yeah.
It was just
I'm not saying I'm not taking away.
Peart was like he'd bring like things to the drum set like that shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
Like
Rush was more prog.
Yeah.
Same with the drummer of Tool.
Yeah, Andy Carey.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's amazing.
That's true. Yeah, Tool's sick. Like,
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
I know of Tool.
So did you ask what song you think is should?
Yeah, is there anything that you guys were like, no, never?
Stairway to Heaven. I don't think an Ottawa band should cover that song. I think that's just like
Wayne's World.
I think that's just a rule.
Only Ottawa?
Just places in general. But like all I'm saying is like, if I walked into a club and I saw a band playing Stairway to Heaven, I'd be like,
I'd probably walk out.
yeah.
It's the same with Thunderstruck for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need to hear that.
No, I like hearing it.
I was gonna say it smells like Teen Spirit.
Well,
Maybe I've just heard it in too many bars, but like I don't know. When I hear Wagon Wheel, I'm immediately
Oh, yeah. Don't even get me started, dude. That is just that. I'm so sick of that song.
Well, fuck yeah, it's awful. It's like goes on, and it's like I can't stand that song.
I remember being at like leadership camp in high school playing guitar with one of my buddies, and it was our first band, and we were playing guitar during one of the breaks or something, and this teacher comes up to me, he's like, "You should learn how to play Wagon Wheel," and I was like, "Absolutely not."
Yeah. Stand your ground, babe. That's it.
Yeah, never learned it. Still don't know how to play.
I have some songs where I want to see a band cover though, like "Stay With Me" by the Faces.
I'd cover that.
Cool. That'd be cool.
That is a tremendous song. Stay with me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Well, but the problem is too, like, and maybe Scott, you can come into this, but like Rod Stewart's a pretty hard guy to cover, I suspect, because he just brought so much energy, right?
we've kind of hit that roadblock a few times where we have a really good idea where it's like, oh my god, that would go perfect for the cover for the show, and then I listen to it and it's like, yeah, there's no way. It's like we wanted to do a Rush song once, and it just would have sounded ridiculous. I would have been like just trying to like hit like a falsetto for 4.5 minutes, and it just would not have been fun for anyone.
Yeah, and I mean that voice is just.
I find, you got to. It's tough, right? Because I was listening. I'm not going to say the band, but they did some Zeppelin, and I was cringing.
Yeah,
and I was just like, no, oh my god! I was just like,
there used to be a killer
It was abstract.
Led Zeppelin touring cover band that came to Ottawa, and they were excellent. But it's
Which band?
what's on the shirt there?
Abstract.
No,
it's
it wasn't that.
well, I guess that is a cool story because I guess it kind of correlates. But Abstract was the first band I was ever in. That's like the band that I learned how to play drums in, and that's actually how I met the Neon guys.
Yeah,
we had played a show together, and
one of our first.
yeah, and then I sound checked with you guys. I think that was the first time I ever played with you.
Yep.
And then we played another show at Mavericks that was just like a disaster. The doors like were pushed back because there's like nobody there. Because this is like right after COVID. Like this is like whenever venues could just play music again.
Yeah.
April 2022.
Yeah, exactly. And so you had like, it was like a 4-band bill, and everybody was just swapping instruments before the doors opened.
Yeah,
we were
it was
just
like an
jamming.
hour-long jam session.
Yeah, and like even at one point, I remember the sound guy like played the drums for a bit, and like it was so then that's how I met these guys.
Oh,
and
cool.
we used to cover Zeppelin. we used to do this we used to do a Zeppelin medley where we do so it was Moby Dick, and then whenever I was coming out of the solo, our guitarist would tune to drop D or get out of drop thinking of it wrong. No, get out of drop D and then go into Heartbreaker, and then we play Heartbreaker into Live and Love Me, just like the record.
Cool.
Well, then I retract my statement. Then
I don't.
Abstract.
It's
in the name.
Yeah, it's you know what I mean. Sure. Knock your socks off, man. If you want to attempt something like that, do it. Like do the best you can. I'm not gonna, but I'm just saying that this band I was listening to is like.
It was Abstract, wasn't it?
It was not.
No,
it was not. I honestly, I'm being honest here. It was not. I just don't want to say who they are.
Abstract also had.
Are they still a band?
Yes.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Have they been on our show?
No.
Okay. Are we playing
And
Guess
they
Who
never
right
will
now?
be.
Like flipping down.
No. Go through all of our podcasts to figure out which one I'm talking about. No.
What's the best thing about being a musician?
Playing live.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah, I mean, I love playing live, but that's something I had to learn how to do to be in the band, basically.
True. Yeah.
It's a huge front when I'm on stage. You know, I'm very introverted. I'm not really trying to be in front of a big group of people. But
I feel that.
I don't know. I just sounds super lame and cheesy, but just something about like end of the day, winding down, either listening or playing music, like listening to or playing music. Nothing feels as good as that.
I think it's one of the coolest things about like music, like playing music. It's like something that you do that's like you get gratification from and you enjoy, like even just by yourself. But it somehow makes other people happy. Like you can't like play video games and other people are like, "Oh my god, look!" Like like it's or like like I don't know. It's you can't read and other people are gonna be like, "Yo, look at him read!" Like
Look at that guy go!
Yeah. So it's cool in that aspect. I think for sure.
Absolutely.
It's just it's an outlet, you know.
Yeah,
It's like
Yeah.
sometimes I get home and I'm feeling really like mellow and chill, and I play some spacey stuff that sounds trippy or whatever, or
Tapestry on the wall, crisscross, and rug.
light the incense, you know. Or sometimes I get home and I'm absolutely pissed, and it's time to play metal and punk, you know.
Eyeliner,
Put on my guy liner and go hard, you know.
Yeah.
leather jacket.
Yeah, no, I think music is it's a love language, right? It's like when you're playing it. I mean, Dog is a DJ, and I play a little bit of guitar, but it's like it's certainly an outlet. I think that having something to go to that you can. I think Jeff Daniels, like he or not Jeff, Jeff Daniels, who's an actor, obviously, but he has like a huge guitar collection, and he just says it's like a friend. It's like you can go to the guitar and like be by yourself and have a bit of an outlet. Like I think it's a great way to put it, actually.
I think it's fun too to watch when you're talking to guys in a band, like, before you guys go up on stage, we're chatting and stuff, and you go, "Oh, they seem like really nice," and you get them up on stage and they're completely different people. And it's fun to watch the transformation from very calm and collected and mild mannered individual, and all of a sudden jumping all around the stage and just having the best time of their lives.
Well, I think it's also so many are like Jack, and they're introverted, and and you're introverted, and
There's hope for us.
Obviously, I'm not, but it's interesting that musicians, that many of them are introverted, and then they get on stage, and that's the real them. That's like their extroverted self that needed to come out. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
I definitely felt that at first. It was like I got to learn how to not like just be sweating while I'm on stage. But then once I got comfortable with the guys, having joined the band and stuff, then it was like, oh man, I'm just up here with my homies, and it just feels awesome.
Yeah, and somebody told me once when I was nervous, they said it was my brother actually, and he said, you're not nervous, you're excited, and because it's the same feeling, right? You're actually feeling the same feeling through your body of being excited and nervous. It's the same thing. You just have to change your mindset to being, hey, you're excited. But it is something to get over, I would imagine, especially when you're playing live and you don't want to fuck up or whatever.
Well, it's just like you're standing in front of all these people, right? And it's just a switch. Boom. Okay, here we go.
That's great.
I think
it's wonderful.
You look over at the other guys in the band, and you're like, okay, guys, let's do this.
You got the stank going?
As we one of the other bands we talked to calls it a stank.
They all do.
It's a look. It's a look
thing.
you get, right?
It's a thing, yeah.
It is a very thing.
The stank
face.
Stank face.
Yeah.
How has your sound evolved throughout the couple of years that you've been together, and how do you see it evolving?
We're trending heavier, a little darker.
Yeah,
seemingly, yeah. And that's like, I know one of the bands you were mentioning before, like Basement, is a huge influence, and that's we've been considering the shift to the E flat tuning, like the Hendrix tuning, for that little extra darkness and just a bit more range. But songs seem to be a few more breakdowns, a few less na-na-nas.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
No.
That's a good way to put it. That's pretty much what it is. It's
Less no.
a little bit more drop D, a little bit less E standard. Or I guess drop D flat.
Yeah.
Less no and more.
Yeah. A little
Nope.
bit, a little bit of screams in there.
Yeah, I'm just nodding my head like I'm pretending I know what you're talking about.
Oh,
That's
it's,
okay.
well, it's a different sound. Like
Yes, I get it.
You know, because even if I was going to ask actually, Zach, if who is the best left-handed guitarist of all time?
Zach.
You know,
It's not Zach.
is he not?
Hendrix,
No.
then Zach.
Yeah. What about Kurt Cobain, man?
Kurt Cobain was left-handed.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He was a
He's
good
great
songwriter,
but
but
he
not
was
a
he was
great
very
guitar
good at moving.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
No.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Good,
But
but like-
what I was thinking is he did do a lot of experimentation with the sounds and how he
Yeah.
changed his tuning and such. Like,
Absolutely.
But obviously Hendrix. I mean, I had a dog named Hendrix, so trust me, I'm all about Hendrix.
Mhm.
Like, I love him very much.
Yeah, you do.
I remember on a dare, my first fake ID, the last name was Hendrix.
Nice,
That's pretty
That's
sick.
amazing.
That's pretty
Jack
awesome.
Hendrix.
Or James Hendrix.
Jick Hendrix.
Oh yeah,
Chick
'Cause
Hendrix
Jimmy.
now.
Jimmy.
Yeah. Well, his name was James Hendrix.
Jimmy.
Do you know why he played a left-handed guitar? Or played a right? Sorry, he played a right-handed guitar left-handed.
Do not know.
Because he couldn't. There was no such thing back then.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say I didn't think there existed.
No, he had to flip it. He flipped it over.
What
and he
about-
kept playing that.
What about
That's
Paul?
awesome.
What about Paul McCartney?
Well,
He's left-handed.
yeah, but he played the bass. It was.
Oh, damn it.
It goes. You know.
Well, it's only 4 strings.
He
Yeah.
played Blackbird upside down, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think he did.
Something
Yeah,
like that.
you said. Yeah.
You would know better than I would.
Yes, he did.
The Beatles, eh? The Beatles always just creep in.
They do most of our conversations. Yeah.
It's you know. Would you agree? Like that's transcendent too. Like that kind of
Yes.
goes from, or like that they're just kind of the OGs.
Absolutely. I love the Beatles.
Yeah.
And the Stones.
The
I've
Stones.
definitely learned that it's like I disagree. With
I
that.
love the Stones. He's not a big fan. I'm more of a Stones guy than a Beatles guy, and I will bring it up until I die. So
I mean, I wouldn't even consider myself a Beatles guy, but I just really don't like the Rolling Stones.
Really?
It's Mick Jagger's lips probably in the way he moves. It's too sexual for you.
I'm just really, really into it. You know.
Yeah.
He is very sexual. But Charlie was. You remember Stu? Charlie was such a great drummer. Like he was a jazz
That's-
drummer before, right?
He's like one of my favorites. Like
Yeah.
he's right up there for me.
Yeah. Well, what's the best Stones drum song?
I would say Sway, the way that he comes in with those fills off the
Absolutely.
sticky fingers.
For me, it's Painted Black, but I think they're both
Yeah,
very good.
yeah, I know it's very memorable. Yeah, that's a great
Yeah.
one.
True.
Yeah.
See, now, do you think? Let's talk about the Stones for a second. I'm done with them. Like 60s and 70s stuff was amazing.
haven't-
They should
Yeah.
stop touring.
Have you not seen
didn't
the new
need a
video?
album.
No.
Yeah.
They should have stopped a while
Yeah,
ago.
they should have.
I just don't care anymore.
Well, the new video is pretty good. I don't mind watching Sydney Sweeney in a video.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, because she's a big time member of the Rolling Stones.
She's a member. She's a member of something.
Yeah.
Hot
What
chick.
is it? That's that angry song. It's angry, right? That music video.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's the newest song. But I agree. I mean, I think that at this point, it's like without Charlie, especially, it's sort of like okay,
Yeah.
you know, you're the guy that's been there since the beginning, and you know, Keith's excellent on his own. You know, he can go do his own music. I find his really grimy and like I love his own stuff.
Yeah.
But then I don't know. At this point, I think it's just a money grab, right? And they don't need any more money.
100%,
Like
yeah.
you know, it's like.
I don't know if they'd know what to do with themselves if they weren't touring.
That's probably
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
That's true too. You know, like that might be a part of it. Like,
I think it might
they
be
get
part of
bored
it.
at home and
Yeah.
they're. I mean, I think Mick's a great grandparent and he just had a
Probably.
baby.
Yeah.
Like he's like it's like fucked up, but
Jeez.
yeah, it's
Right.
creepy as
Yeah,
shit.
that's wrong.
Okay, let's do it. Ask it, bud.
Okay, boys. Very important question. If you get it wrong, I'm never coming to one of your shows again.
No, that's not fair. That's not fair. He's full of shit. Don't worry, guys. He'll
I am actually full of shit. We ask every show, and it's for fun. Just because Gus is a big '90s guy and I'm a big '80s guy. So if you had to pick a decade of music, would it be the '80s or the '90s?
90s.
90s, yeah, 90s.
Yeah, 90s.
Okay,
90s.
we're done. No button free.
Why?
I'm just teasing.
Why? What's your favorite '90s band?
Ooh,
I-
fuck.
Really
Have you ever
hard.
seen that? Yeah, just going back on that. You ever seen that year? Then I think 90. I think it was 91.
91 or 93. That was the 91.
91, where there's 44 days, where there was like these 8 albums that came out, and within those
Yeah.
Like it's like Pearl Jam 10
Pearl
and
Jam,
like
yeah,
you know,
Nevermind.
You know, like Nevermind comes out.
Soundgarden.
Soundgarden
Siamese
comes out.
Dream, I think, as well.
Siamese Dream, yeah.
A bunch of them.
Yeah, that was a good run.
That's a hard question.
Okay,
Smashing
the one,
Pumpkins is up there for sure for
yeah.
me.
The one I'm gonna say, I guess some people will probably frown on, but the Black Crows, I would say for me.
They're
personally.
awesome.
No frowning on here.
Yeah, they're
Oh.
awesome.
No, sir.
Dude, so you guys don't. I had a brother. He passed away, but he was a huge Black Crowes fan. I was
Yeah,
and I love them too. Like I
Mhm.
was just like,
Not gonna argue there.
yeah,
For sure.
2 brothers too, Chris Robinson and
Yeah.
his brother.
yeah.
Great stuff.
That is
All right,
really
Jack.
tough, though.
Who is it?
I'd say if I'm on the spot, if it's not Smashing Pumpkins, probably either oh my god, Alice in Chains,
Mm-hmm.
Temple of the Dog, or Third Eye Blind.
Ooh,
Third Eye
yeah.
Blind.
Wow,
that's
diverse.
a good one.
I want to
Very
add
good.
one more as well. I would say
Do it,
is
Please,
the Hip.
Scott.
For
Oh.
sure, yeah. I mean,
What a
okay,
suck
I
up.
guess-
I'm done.
That's 80s though. They started in the 80s.
Well, they
Oh,
started,
but
but
they're
like,
but come on, Day for Night.
Yeah.
You know, like that.
Up to here.
Up to here.
okay,
Fully
well then,
completely.
if they're 90s, that's my answer.
yeah. Oh, I
Well,
literally
but you had a
have-
great answer. Alice in
hard to read,
Chains.
but it's literally fully, completely on there.
Oh, amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
See, the
Did
reason
you know I was a huge Hip fan, Scott?
I did not know that.
I've seen them 47 times.
Jesus Christ. I saw them once.
It's crazy. The best one I saw was in Bob Cajun, and
Oh,
actually
sure, yeah.
Sloan was there,
No.
and I think I've said it before. Sam Roberts' band was there, and the Trues. The Trues were there
Jesus,
too.
it's literally just like the
Yeah.
Canadian
What a bill, right?
superstar lineup.
In a farm in Bob Cajun.
Nice.
It was
Ooh,
incredible.
that'd be my other one, Sloan. Yeah, that'd be my other
yeah,
one.
because you mentioned
Yeah,
them earlier,
no
Stu.
kidding.
Yeah, that was
And
fucking
CKY.
awesome.
That's a weird one, but
Ooh,
I'm still
CKY.
going with it. I love them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Brian Jonestown Massacre. That'd be like another.
Who's your favorite '90s band?
my favorite 90s band. Fuck, I don't know. Do I have one?
I would think
Dave
so.
Matthews.
Dave Matthews. No, I'm not a huge fan of him. I'd have to go, if you're going to say, I'm going to probably go
Speaking
with
of saxophones,
saxophones.
Dave
I would go with the Hip.
Yeah, you're gonna go Hip.
Oh yeah, because I mean their stuff is like, I mean they started in the late 80s. I think it was like 87, but
Yeah.
I mean their first 2 albums were amazing. But
Trickle Down is like my favorite song on that first album.
Yeah.
Check it out.
I got a bunch. I got a bunch on that first
Is that the
album.
one with
Thompson Girl on Poets. is
And
pretty good, too.
and the other
Last
one we were talking
American
about too,
Exit
the
by
Robinson
far.
brothers. I like them as well. So
yeah.
Black Crows,
Yeah.
Counting Crows, Ooh,
Yeah.
Counting Crows.
Mhm.
They were great.
Solid.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for your time today.
Except for Zach.
Yeah. Yeah, it was so nice to sit down and chat with you, kind of without you having to play and all that. It was
Yeah.
it was nice chat.
Yeah, it was super
Yeah, we
fun.
seriously appreciate it. This has
Thank
been
you.
awesome. It's always great chatting with you guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll exchange buttons at some point.
Yeah, that's
because we have buttons now too.
We do
Yeah, yeah,
because we're trendy.
Hell yeah. Great minds think alike.
Yeah.
exactly,
When's the next show, lads?
January 20th, this coming Saturday.
Shit.
Is that at Rainbow?
Yeah, with Cazador and Noise Hotel.
Awesome.
Well, crap on a stick.
Why?
I can't go.
What are you doing?
I'm going to Mecca of Stank at Irene's.
You could slide out of there.
Yeah, I probably could.
Slide over
What time you guys on at?
They're probably
We're on
headlining.
second, so probably 9:30.
9:30.
Yeah, somewhere in that area.
All right. I may make an effort to get down there.
If
Nice.
not, then we're also doing one of the free shows in February for the Ice Dragon Boat on the 16th, February 16th, Friday. Yeah, with Dunner and Rare Americans.
Nice. I'm going to try and get to as many of those as I can for sure. It was fun last year.
Yeah.
It's a great, like such a great cross section of like the music here, and then they bring in some groups from out of town, like Montreal and Toronto and stuff, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Do you know these other 2 bands that you're playing with on the bill?
Dunner is local, but we haven't played with them. I haven't gotten a chance to see them.
Yeah.
And then Rare Americans, they're Canadian as well, but they're way out of our circle. Like they're quite big.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be,
Show
it'd
this
be
Saturday.
cool to check them out.
Yeah, the show this Saturday. We know those guys, but
Yes.
the Dragon.
Yeah, not the
Noise
Dragon.
Hotel, the Noise Boys.
The Noise Boys.
Yes,
Shout out the Noise Boys.
The Noise Hotel played the Rocktoberfest as well.
Yeah, that's right. Same night.
That's right.
Yep.
They're awesome.
They were another good show. That was a lot of fun.
They're good friends.
It wasn't really a bad one.
No, there was nobody. Everybody was amazing.
Space Between really did a good job on that.
Oh my god. 100%.
It was just like, you're just, because I said it when I introduced him. I said, well, fuck, you guys are up there and you fucking killed it. I'm like, fuck, you're gonna have to bring your AA game, boys, because I mean everybody was bringing it. Everybody was just setting it up for the next band to get up there and just do what they needed to do. It was awesome.
Well, speaking of covers,
One last question about that: do you find that do you compete? When you're up there, like if you're in a situation like that, do you feel like you want to compete?
I'm sure subconsciously there's that need. Like you kind of always want to be the band of the night in your own mind.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like a competitive mentality, but it's definitely, you get amped up. You see your homie go out and crush it, and you're like, hell yeah, I want to do that too,
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest part is like a lot of the local bands like we're all friends with. Like members.
Yeah.
It's like you did awesome, but like
You
I
want
want to do the same.
you want them to do as well as you did. Like
Then Stu takes his shirt off.
Yeah.
Game over.
I mean, well, because it's Stu.
Oh, I don't blame him. He said he was sweaty, so he took his shirt
Yeah.
off. I get it.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
really
part of the
sweaty.
deal.
Stu, have you ever gotten through a whole show with your shirt on?
Okay. I've only actually taken off my shirt twice, so it was, and of course it was the two shows that you guys came to. So for Rocktober, I was Randy from Trailer Park Boys, so
No shirt required.
no shirt needed. That was an
White-
easy
white
costume.
pants.
I forgot we were in costume for that.
Yeah.
I forgot about that
It was
part
just-
of it.
It was khakis, no shirt, and a cowboy hat. And like the whole night, I was like, when should I take off my shirt? Because I want to find the right, time. And I was right before, and I was outside smoking a cigarette, and I take off my shirt. I'm like, all right, it's right now. Put on the cowboy hat. And once I came up the stairs, everybody was like, who the fuck is this guy with a cowboy hat on, no shirt? And then for the Club Saw show, that was, just legitimately, I'm like, holy shit, I'm dying up here.
Well, the reason I remember we were watching you obviously, and then you're just like, I'm dying, and then he just I just saw your mouth, like he mouthed it, and then he took his shirt off. And I was like, I thought I was paying attention.
Yeah,
but,
you were.
I
Paying a little bit too
like
much
a
attention,
show,
man.
man. I like a fucking show. Like,
Yeah, it was a good show.
He was crushing the drums and wanted to show off the bod.
Yeah.
Tan.
While you can.
I'll sell you the shirt if you want.
Yeah. Can you sign it?
Hasn't washed it since.
Nope.
No, of course not. You guys wash your clothes?
I don't.
You'll get there, guys. You'll get there.
Yeah.
It's like hockey equipment, right? You put your show clothes in a bag and throw it in your trunk for like a week.
That I
Good
agree
luck.
with. I haven't washed my hockey gear since '96. So
This guy has shirts that he bought from bands that are sitting over on the counter over here. He hasn't touched in 6 months.
that's true.
They're all nicely folded. I don't think he's even worn them.
Well, I'm also OCD with my folding of my band shirts.
Oh,
You
or
know,
done.
yeah,
Wow.
I don't do the Dave Longiel and throw it on the floor.
Actually, they're not on the floor.
No,
No.
You're hanging them now.
No.
Let's let these.
They're
guys
just not on
go.
the floor.
We'll let them go now.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. Thanks, Jeff. Yeah, we appreciate your time again. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Thank you.
That was
for having
awesome,
me.
guys. Thanks.
Thank you.
Get him to stick around for a minute, though.
Yeah, stay for a second.
We just need to make sure that